All right, so this one is a little bit different, but same idea here. So our first step, remember, is that we're always trying to look for which equation has a variable by itself. And you might have noticed that actually both of these equations have a variable by itself. I just need to pick one of them to be my blob. So I'm going to choose, oops, I'll go ahead and move this down. I'm going to choose this y to be my blob, which means I'm taking 3x and I'm plugging it into the other equation where I see y. So I'm going to start the same way that I did. I take this second equation, the one that I'm substituting into, and I take out y. I copy down the rest of my equation as it is written. So blank now equals, because I took y out, 5x minus 8. Now in that blank space is where I'm going to plug in 3x. There's nothing in front of my parentheses, so there's nothing I really need to distribute except for that invisible 1, which you can do if it makes you feel more confident. I like to do it because sometimes there might be a negative sign in front. 1 times 3x is just 3x. I bring down the rest of my equation. 3x equals 5x minus 8. To get x completely alone, I now need to get all of my variables onto one side. So I see that this one has a negative 8. It has something extra. I'm going to leave that negative 8 where it is. I subtract 5x from both sides. Now I'm left with 3x minus 5x, which is negative 2x, equals, I bring down my negative 8. To get x completely by itself, I see multiplication, negative 2 times x. So I do the opposite. I divide both sides by a negative 2 to get x equals 4. Am I done? No, I am not. I now need to pick one of my equations. It doesn't matter which equation you pick. I'm going to take the second one, y equals 5x minus 8. I already know that x equals 4, so I'm going to take x out of my top equation and put in 4 instead. Y equals 5. I take out my x. I'm going to go ahead and put now 4 in for x. Y equals 5 times 4 minus 8, and I solve this. 5 times 4 is 20. 20 minus 8 is 12. So my final answer is, remember it always goes x, x comma y. So it's going to be 4 comma 12. So it's the same idea here. The one tricky part is that we're substituting 3x in for the other side of the equation. But other than that, the steps are exactly the same. Figure out where your blob is going to be, substitute it in, solve, and then part 2, take that answer and substitute it into the other equation. All right, let me know if you have any questions. Go ahead and try the next problem.